Hello and welcome to Max Time. In this video I wanted to ramble on about the watch straps that I have in my collection. This will be an unscripted video, so forgive me if I do go on a tangent every now and then. But without further ado, I used to store my straps in a pretty disorganized way. I could just put a bunch of straps in a bag and that was sufficient. After I expanded my collection into dozens of watch straps, courtesy of my father-in-law who kindly donated them to me, but I eventually had to split the watch straps at least by lug width size. Today I have separated my main watch straps, which I keep in these two bags, and this is just to demonstrate how I used to store my straps. These straps I would still use every now and then if I have a specific purpose or a particular color that I want, but I tend to not go for these straps, so they kind of live in my garage. To start off, I have these two bags. Like I said, I have this one. This bigger one stores the majority of my watch straps that I use most often, and I have this little bag just to store some of the NATOs. NATOs I do really like, especially at the moment, but I do tend to go off them quite frequently and wear more leather or metal straps. So to start with, let's just go through some of these NATOs. I think these two are from WSC. I believe they make some pretty affordable watch straps with very reasonable quality for the price. So these two Bond ones, I tend to wear them most on my Oris Big Crown pointer date. I don't know why, I just think it looks quite good in that combination. The rest is not much to say. 1, 2, 3, 4 in here. They are just different colored ribbed NATO straps, which I think look the best, but they aren't ever the most comfortable, or at least it takes some wearing in for them to be comfortable. This one arrived with my WatchDives watch that I reviewed recently, which is this one. It's nothing too special, it's just a classic seatbelt style or nylon NATO. The only interesting one is this one, which I have with this OCTOPOD system. This is the second generation of the OCTOPOD. There is now a third, maybe even a fourth, but I think it's just 3. I believe Gen 3 is much smaller than this, or at least a fair bit smaller than this. My particular unit that I have does have a bit of a wobble. I tend to not wear it so much, mainly because of the video I made recently talking about these straps. I will talk more about the watch straps that I have on my current watches, and I've got my watch collection sitting on the left side here. But that's the Zulu OCTOPOD system NATO. It's not really a NATO, it's a NATO style strap, I would say. Okay, so that was the NATOs. That's the NATOs that I use most often. In this bigger bag, which I really like, by the way, and I will link both of the bags that I've used so far in the description. Yeah, I'll start from this side. So this is my core, I would say, watch strap collection. I've organized it in a way so that I've got my leather straps on the top left, I've got some more leather on the bottom, and then some metal in between. I've got a sailcloth, I've got sailcloth style from Artem here, and then rubber, another Artem strap here, and this one, which is pretty cool. I'll talk about it later. So these 3, actually, they're my favorite leather straps I have. I've talked about them before, I believe, but this is from the Tons store on Etsy. They have really nice quality for reasonable money. I think this one costs 30 to 40 pounds, so let's say under $50 for a watch strap like this. I think it's really good quality, and the added benefit as well is that you can pick your preferred size. I believe this one is in a size small to medium, as in medium or whatever, and then this one is a medium. So that was the brown leather from Tons. These two are just another style like that, but black, and this is a suede that I got most recently from Tons. Most of the time I wear I wear those on my Oris, but the black one I've also put on my Zin in the past. Next I have these ones. This one is also from an Etsy shop. I think it's just called Watch Straps, but I will try to find it and link it in the description. This one has got like a nice cracked leather with stitching all around, and this one I believe I got from Condor quite a while back. I don't buy Condor anymore. I think they do feel, especially compared to these ones, about half the price of these, but at £20 I think I'd rather pay 40 and get something that I can definitely feel has a higher quality to it. So I do keep this one around just because it's the only brown strap I have with white stitching, but eventually probably I'll replace it with one from Tons or from this watch strap company, from this watch strap seller on Etsy. This brown strap I got, this is some kind of hybrid because this is not the buckle that it came on. I will not be able to find this online because I don't remember where I got it from. I think it was also Condor, but the quality of it feels very different, which makes me think that it's not. The buckle I do know is from Strap Tailors in the UK. It was quite expensive compared to what you can now get on AliExpress, so I definitely overpaid for this one, but it does the job. And I've got this combination, and the leather is quite supple, so I will continue to use it. It's just a shame I don't remember where I got the leather strap from. I'm a big fan of the Omega style straps. I have this one from Hirsch, which is a very thin kind of dress watchy style strap. It's 20mm quick release straps, which by the way, all of these are quick release straps apart from this one. I don't use this one too often because I don't actually have any dress watches. Maybe you could consider the Oris dress watch in some respects, but it's a pilot's watch. I don't really have any reason to wear a dress watch. I have this Milanese style strap. Most often I wear this on the Oris. It has a matching polished lug spring bar area. It's a quality feeling Milanese strap. I got this one from Geckota. I believe I think this cost around £40, so also around 50 or less, or under $50. The reason I like these Milanese straps is because you can very easily adjust the length of the strap. I wear this one quite often on my Oris and I really love the look of it. So this is a Vare oyster style strap with a fold over clasp, which I haven't really found a use for. I did used to use it on a particular San Martin reference that I had, but I don't have it anymore, so I just keep this strap. It has these quick release spring bars on both sides, which is really nice. The reason I have this one is because my wife ordered her watch from Vare. They arrived faulty, and so Vare sent us a replacement. I actually got her faulty one to be sufficient enough for her, and she let me keep the extra, which was very nice of her. But this is the Vare oyster style strap. I believe you can actually buy that separate from Vare. And because these are curved end links, you should know what watch this will fit before you buy it. Otherwise you risk it not fitting. Okay, next one, I've got this one. I think this is one of the straps I've had for the longest amount of time. I believe this one is from a one-off seller on Etsy. It's nothing to sing home about. The leather underneath is very soft and supple, and the nylon on top, or whatever material this is, sailcloth style, it did fray quite often, and I had to actually burn some of the fraying off, which you can't see too well anymore, but you definitely can notice it in person that there is some fraying around the holes. So I don't use it too often, but sometimes when I feel like having the sailcloth style, I will put it on. Next up, I'll cover at the same time. I believe I did make a video when Artem initially sent these. I was very generous with the video about them, and I think they are very worth the money from a customer service and from the marketing and from the overall look perspective. But the feel of the underside with this kind of rubber hybrid, the materials I think feel fine, but when you consider that these cost over $100, sometimes $200, I don't know, it doesn't feel right to recommend them unless you know exactly what you're paying for and what you're getting into, and you want that customer service and you want the branding, and you know you will get a good customer service. If there's something wrong with these, they will send you a replacement with very little hassle. So I think that's the main draw of Artem. It's their customer service rather than the product itself. Whilst the product is not bad, it's just more if you consider the price. So those were the loopless style. I use this green one most often. I also want to mention this classic strap from Artem, which I do really like. Again, for the price, I think you are overpaying a little bit for the benefits that I've mentioned before. but the finishing on the clasp is very good, on the buckle rather, and it is a very comfortable strap. This part especially is very thin and therefore soft and malleable, so it conforms to your wrist really nicely. And this part, which is quite thick, it does have some stiffness, I would say, compared to the loopless style, but once it's worn in, this is one of the most comfortable straps I have, and I really do like the look of it, especially in the summer. The keepers are also nice and flat, which I appreciate. But yeah, just a nice strap from Artem. Next batch I wanted to cover was these AliExpress FKM straps on various clasps. So I have this one on the butterfly clasp, and I have these 4 on a more classic fold over style clasp. Definitely a nice experience to use these, easy to cut them down, and they feel very, very good for the price. I have a decent variety here. I have a yellow, a white, a blue, as well as a grey and a black textured one on the butterfly clasp. I also have this one, which I actually got at a watch event last year in 2024. This is from Clements, the micro brand. At the time, I didn't really feel like I wanted the watch bad enough to buy it, so I just bought the strap as a little treat to myself. It's probably the most supple rubber strap that I've felt. The reason I don't wear it more is because it's a little bit long on my 17 centimeter wrist, so I don't like the look of the keeper kind of protruding out. Plus, this green color, you kind of have to have a specific watch in mind to wear it, and at the moment I don't own watches that this would particularly suit, so I don't use it too much, but I do like that I have it. Got to support a micro brand, which is always nice, especially if you've seen the owner in person. Next up, so that was the 20mm straps. I will show you the watches that I currently have in my collection and what straps are on them, but before that there's another section here for the 22mm straps, and then some extra 20mm straps that I've got in the, not the backlog, but on the back burn, let's say. But this is another Crazy Horse style 22mm strap from the same place. I'm not sure if you can tell, but that's the logo and branding. Is this more pale brown leather strap. All very affordable watch straps, for especially for the quality. I've got these two 22mm Artem straps. I really like the classic style. It does fit my wrist really well with the length, and it's also very comfortable, and I do like the colors they made with these, which really suit my SKXs, the blue one and this grey one, with white stitching on both. I have this one from, I believe it's Uncle Seiko actually. Yeah, this is from Uncle Seiko, with curved ends on both sides so that when it's on the watch it looks seamless like this. This one is from ZuluDiver, not Uncle Seiko. I just kind of prefer the look of this at this moment in time. Over here I have 22mm NATOs from Bark & Jack. I wanted to experience firsthand what these feel like. I would say the seatbelt style does feel a lot more polished, a lot more smooth, and the hardware on this strap definitely feels and looks a lot better finished than some of my other straps. So when I do wear a NATO on my on the SKXs, I do wear these ones, and I think they are very good. But £25 for a NATO, for a single NATO, maybe I'm cheap, but I do think that it's overpaying. I think, especially with this ribbed style one, which I did mention that I do love the look of, this feels no different to the really cheap AliExpress ones. And that's not to say that that it feels bad. It's just that both feel comparable. And for £25, I believe that it cost me to buy this one. It's, I don't know, you definitely overpay for the Bark & Jack branding. Not to sound negative, I do really like this strap, both of these straps. I'm just saying that for the price and the benefit you can get from some of the cheaper straps, I don't know, it's up to you, of course. In these pockets over here, I've just got some of the extras, some extra buckles, like I've got one here, for example, another butterfly clasp that I got from AliExpress, and then some other interesting straps that I don't wear too often, but I like to keep them nearby just in case I change my mind or want to wear it for a specific reason. I've also got this one, actually, which I got from, I believe this was also from Strap Tailors. So I was very curious about this strap from Strap Tailor. In the end, I didn't end up wearing it because when you have it on, a part of the Velcro or the untouched Velcro is visible. So if that bothers you, you probably won't like it either. But that's the reason I don't really wear it that much. So it lives in here. The others are also not worth. Actually, I've got one in here that I wanted to mention. This one was, I believe I got this from Geckota, and it's this recycled material, or actually from ZuluDiver. This is a recycled fabric style strap, and it feels uncomfortable to say the least, and it also feels cheap. I keep it just in case I want that textured look, and I think it looks nice, so I keep it nearby. Finally, in my collection right now, I've already showed you the Oris, but I'll just show it again. I've got it on this Bond style single pass NATO with an Omega clasp here. I made a video on this one relatively recently, so feel free to check that out. Same with the Zin. It's also got this NATO single pass NATO style with the Omega clasp. I do really like these straps at the moment. I'm sure that I'll go off them soon and go back to the leather or some of the metal ones, but right now I am rocking these ones. The SKXs, I have a Miltat strap on with this modified clasp which extends, which is really nice. I've made a video on this buckle and a FKM combination recently, so check that out if you want. And I've already mentioned this one, which is a fitted ZuluDiver FKM strap, which I think fits this style very well. Additionally, this is another FKM strap that I made a video on recently. I'm still really liking the Omega style buckles. It still stays on the watch dives here. Two Casios, one that I've got on my wrist and one that's in the box, but I think you don't care about the straps on those. Thank you for checking out this video. I hope you enjoyed my ramble about my watch straps. I will see you in the next video. Thank you for watching.